Alright guys, in this video I have a 2012 Dodge Avenger with a 2.4. Customer complaint, the vehicle cranks but it does not start. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to verify the customer complaint, and then we're going to check for codes and see what we can find for codes. So first thing first, we're going to turn the key on. We're going to look and make sure that our engine light actually turns on, which it does. So that's perfect. And as you can tell, it cranks but it does not start. If you watch my RPM gauge, I got nothing going on with my RPM gauge. So that's giving me a good indication that I'm probably going to be looking at a crank sensor issue. But we're going to go and we're going to scan the vehicle first. For this one, I am going to be using the VPECR, which is this guy right here. So we're going to go America. We're going to go Dodge. Everything connects. We're good there. We're going to go 2012. We're going to go Avenger. And we're going to go System Selection. And we're going to go ECM. And this is doing a quick scan. It's just going to give me an indication of what's going on. I know sometimes it's a little long going through all these modules, but me personally, I'd prefer to go through all the modules and then see what codes are up, because if you, let's just say you have communication faults, well, you can actually see where the communication fault could be by scanning every single module. Alright, so we're done with that. Now we're going to click on engine. It's going to connect. This might take a minute. I pause you guys for that because it takes a little bit of time. Now we're going to go to trouble codes, read DTCs, and P0335 is for crank sensor code, that much I do know. The P1618 I'm not too sure, and the P0522 is oil pressure, if I'm not mistaken, on these cars, or oil circuit, or something to do with the oil level, if I'm not mistaken. But this P0335 is for your crank sensor code. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go down at the bottom underneath the car. I'm going to show you guys where this crank sensor lives, and I'm going to show you that some basic tests to see if you have either a wiring issue or if you have a component issue. Ooh, sorry about that. Now I'm going to pause you guys. We're going to go underneath and we're going to go check. And just make sure to keep your key on for these tests, because if not, you're not going to get any readings down at the bottom. Here is your passenger side CV axle. If you guys come underneath, right up here, you guys see this connector? That is your crank sensor connector. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to unplug it, and what I want to see on that connector with the key on is I want to see 2 5-volts, and I also want to see my ground on there. Now, one 5-volt is going to be a 5-volt feed, and the other one's going to be a 5-volt sensor signal that gets pulled down to ground when your flywheel or flex plate turns. Alright, so now I have my Modus right here, and this is going to be kind of complicated because I don't have any stands for my phone. But so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to be going across the connector that is now unplugged, which is right there. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking for 2 5-volts, and I'm going to be looking for 1 ground. Let's see if I can set you guys up so you guys can see it. Let's see. Oh, internal battery power. Really? I just charged you. Alright, there you go. So now I'm going to try that and show you guys that. Like I said, 2 5-volts, 1 ground. There's 1 5-volt. There's my ground. And there's my other 5-volt. So with those being on there, I'm telling you guys right now that there's probably no issue at all with my wiring from my PCM all the way up to the crank sensor. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pause you guys. I'm going to go replace the crank sensor, and we're going to go ahead and start this car up. Alright, so now the crank sensor is replaced, and I haven't done anything. The key is still on. codes are still there. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and erase the codes. Erase all the codes, yes. Successfully erased all the codes. Now, let's see if it starts. Ah, beautiful. So, that was just a quick diagnosis onto a 2012 Dodge Avenger with a crank but no start. Not all crank and no starts are going to have this same issue, but just to give you guys a little video and a little indication on where you might want to look on these cars. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and if you did, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you guys next time.